Hey, so I just wanted to come on and talk about what's been going on with me these past few months. I've been getting a lot of questions like, what are you doing? How are you doing it? Where are you located? How are you traveling so much? How are you just basically living? Like, what is your life like? And I just kind of wanted to share, tell the story, things I've learned in the past, 6 or 7 months since I graduated. So basically I walked, so graduated with my master's from Syracuse University in magazine, newspaper, and online journalism in May of 2017. And literally 2 days after graduation, after walking, I began a position in DC with this really well-known organization. And it was doing basically like marketing and communications, which is not really what I wanted to do, but I applied and I got the position because I was qualified to do everything that they asked, and I really was. But long story short, I came to find out that it just wasn't what I expected of the position. It also wasn't where God wanted me to be. I didn't really consult God in anything from applying to interviewing to whatever. I was just like, I need to have a plan after graduation. Like, that was it. I'm very type A, so I'm like, I have to have a plan. I have to have a regimen. I have to have like everything set in stone. I need to know what's next. I need to have a plan. If I don't, that's like, oh, you failed, which is not true. But so yeah, so basically I stayed there for 6 or 7 weeks. And prior to leaving, God revealed to me that that wasn't where I was supposed to be, where he wanted me to be. So I was like, all right, fine. Like, I was leaving, I was stepping out in faith that he would provide something better for me. And so probably about 2 or 3 weeks before I left, I got the opportunity to begin freelancing as a weekend social media editor for a really big magazine brand based out of New York. But the thing was, the position was remote, so I could literally do it from anywhere, which was great. And I enjoyed really getting the experience. I thought it was only going to be for the summer, but it ended up extending longer, which I'll explain a little bit later. So I left my position in DC and I ended up moving back home to Delaware. And thankfully, I know a lot of people's parents wouldn't let them, or a lot of people don't want to go back home to their parents. But I was like, all right, cool. Like, I don't have to pay rent. Like, I have somewhere to stay. Like, I can figure things out. I can get my life together before anything else progresses. So summer came around, I started applying to jobs. So this was the beginning of July, right after I left, and I started applying for jobs, and I started applying, all these jobs. Also finishing up my research paper on Black Twitter so I could finish up my degree, which I finished in August of 2017. So that's when I was officially done. And after that, so I was applying and I would get hit up for like interviews and things like that, but nothing would come of it. And I would be like, okay, dang, like, I don't know, like maybe the next one. Like, I literally gave myself I was like, oh, bet I'll have something in 3 months. So over the summer, I was still freelancing for the brand, and I also got to cover Curl Fest, which is like a major natural beauty festival that happens in Brooklyn every year, which was super, super dope. And a great opportunity. So then August rolled around and I was like, dang, I still don't have anything. I was still freelancing. I ended up winning an award for journalism, which was great, which was definitely all God. Regardless, I was still applying, and I was like, nothing. I still kept going on these interviews, and I'm like, what is the deal? Like, they keep telling me that I'm great and that I have this and all this stuff to offer, but I'm like, okay, so why am I not getting these positions? I'm traveling to these places, spending my own money to travel to Philly and New York and DC and all these other places, and I'm like interviewing with all these people. Like, literally, when I tell you I had at least 1, but up to 3 interviews if it was an in-person or a phone interview every week, like every week. And I was like, all right, they're clearly interested, but not interested enough to want to hire me. And I'm like, I don't understand, God. Like, I really don't get what you're trying to teach me in this moment. Like, I have faith, and I started to become doubtful because here I am, honestly, like 6-7 months later, and I still don't have a job. Like, I wish that I could tell you that I do, but I really, like, I don't. I just don't. And all these people are in my ear, like, you should do this, you should do that, you should move here, you should move there. And I'm just like, dang, you guys, like, I don't know what to do. Like, post-grad depression, honestly, is real. I'm like, I'm qualified. I have 2 degrees. Go to school, they said. Get a degree, they said. I got 2, right? Have all these leadership positions. Join these organizations. Do this, do that. Have these internships, they said. And you'll get a job. If that is not, I don't want to call it a lie, because, you know, it happens for some people, but I'm like, for majority of people, that's not really how it works. Like, it's really not how it works, and it's so unfortunate. But also, there are a lot of like pivots and stuff in my industry, in the journalism and media industry, happening right now. There are a lot of layoffs, there are a lot of pivots. A lot of people, even who are experienced, are getting laid off, and those are the people that are getting those experiences. And it's not people like me who are trying to break in, who are entry level. And, you know, that's okay. Like, honestly, throughout this whole time, I have gotten amazing opportunities and blessings and things like that. Like, just having my resume and being able to meet with so many different people from so many different organizations and companies and brands and stuff is a blessing in and of itself, because a lot of people that I know that were in my program, or even my friends, like, they weren't able to get, or haven't been able to get, as many interviews and things like that that I have been. And I'm grateful for people even taking a chance on me to interview me, because that doesn't happen to everybody. And I know it can be kind of a downer, especially now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I am hoping I get something soon, only for the simple fact of, like, I have bills. Like, I have things I have to pay, but it's like, I wholeheartedly believe in God that He's going to provide for me, and that He is going to give me an opportunity, give me a position, give me a job that is greater than anything I could even imagine. I guess I just want to share, like, some things that I've learned in this time, because I've had a lot of time to think and to reflect and to just really understand that God has given me these gifts and these abilities, and therefore a reason, therefore a purpose, therefore an appointed time in His will and in His way and in His timing, that I just don't understand. Like, and I guess it's not for me to understand, which is the thing. But I do know, like, whatever I get, whatever I'm blessed with, is going to be an amazing opportunity that is going to surpass what I need and what I want for a salary, for what I want to be doing, for me to feel purposeful. That was one thing that I lacked in the position that I started after graduating, was I really didn't feel like I had a purpose there. Like, I felt purposeless. And when you feel purposeless, that's not good. Like, you're here for a reason, you're here for a purpose, you're doing things for a purpose, you're living, and what you do in your life and the decisions that you make are for a reason, and they're for a purpose. So when you feel purposeless, just know that that is not the place where you need to be. That's not what you need to be doing. That's not who you need to be with. That's not what God has for you.